Imagine it's a Tuesday morning in July. In Melbourne, it's shivering cold. In Brisbane, the sun is just starting to warm up the deck. You wake up, grab a coffee, and realize you don't have to be anywhere. But then that little voice in your head kicks in, the one that's been whispering for 30 years. Is it enough? Most Australians obsess over a magic number. We've been told that once we hit a certain milestone in our super, the retirement fairy descends and everything is sorted. But here's the fair dinkum truth. A number on a screen doesn't fund a lifestyle. The income that number produces does. Today, we're going to look at what life actually looks like at three very different levels: $1 million, $3 million, and $5 million. We're going to talk about tax-free income, the Division 296 trap, and why your postcode might be the biggest variable of all. I'm Luke, and this is Luke Invest Australia. Let's get into the numbers. First off, if you've got $1 million in super, give yourself a pat on the back. Only about 7% of Australians retiring today hit that mark. You're already in the top tier. But what does it actually buy you? In Australia, once you hit age 67 and move your super into the pension phase, it becomes a tax-free goldmine. If we use a standard 4% drawdown rate, which is the government's minimum for those under 75, $1 million gives you $40,000 a year tax-free. Now, $40,000 might sound tight, but here is the secret weapon of the Australian system: the age pension. As you draw down that $1 million, your assets decrease, eventually qualifying you for a part pension. Combined, a couple can often reach the ASFA comfortable standard of about $77,000 a year. The reality check: this lifestyle works perfectly if and only if you own your home. If you're debt-free, $1 million means regular cafe lunches, a reliable car, and one solid domestic holiday a year. But if you're still paying rent, that $40K gets swallowed whole. At this level, your paid-off mortgage is the difference between comfortable and struggling. Now we're talking. At $3 million, the game changes from survival to choice. A 4% drawdown here throws off $120,000 a year. That's more than double what the experts say you need for a comfortable life. This is the zone where you stop checking the price of the chef's special and start booking the business class seats for that European summer. The Division 296 trap. But wait, the ATO is watching. From July 2026, a new tax called Division 296 kicks in. If your balance is over $3 million, the earnings on the portion above that threshold are taxed an extra 15%. Also, remember the transfer balance cap. As of 2026, you can only move about $2.1 million into that beautiful tax-free pension phase. The rest stays in accumulation, where earnings are taxed at 15%. Even so, at $3 million, you are financially free. Your biggest risk isn't the market, it's your lifestyle creep. It's very easy to start spending $150K when you have $120K coming in. At this level, you won't get a cent from Centrelink. You're 100% self-funded, which means you need a rock-solid sequence risk strategy to make sure a market dip doesn't ruin the party. $5 million. At 4%, this produces $200,000 a year. Even after the extra taxes we just discussed, you're netting around $170,000 to $180,000 in your pocket. At this level, retirement isn't about you anymore, it's about legacy. You're the grandparent who funds the private school fees. You're the one who provides the bank of mum and dad deposit for your kid's first home without breaking a sweat. If a health issue pops up, you're not waiting on a list, you're seeing the top specialist in the country tomorrow. The $5 million retiree lives a transcontinental life, winters in Noosa, summers in the Mediterranean. But interestingly, research shows that the jump from happiness from $3 million to $5 million is actually smaller than the jump from $1 million to $3 million. Why? Because once your needs and wants are covered, the extra cash just becomes a scoreboard. At $5 million, your biggest job is estate planning. You need to decide how to pass this wealth on without the taxman taking a massive bite out of your death taxes or beneficiary payouts. So what's the real takeaway? The gap between $1 million and $3 million is about your lifestyle. The gap between $3 million and $5 million is about your legacy. But here's the secret the big banks don't tell you. You don't need $1 million to have a great retirement in Australia. because our super system and age pension work together. A couple with $730,000 and a paid-off home can live a remarkably good life. The question isn't what is my number, it's what does my ideal week look like? Work backwards from your hobbies, your travel plans, and your Sunday roasts. That's your real target. If this helped you clear the fog around your retirement, do me a massive favor, hit that subscribe button and give the video a like. I put out new videos every single week covering super, property, and the real-world math of Australian money. I'm Luke from Luke Invest Australia. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.